Hey everyone, this is Monday. My name is Beth. Welcome to my channel. I have a haul video. Most of it is from Amazon. I think a couple of them came from Temu, but it's all polymer clay stuff. I've started a polymer clay session on my members only group, and we're starting from the basics and then we're going to go up from there. But I got a bunch of stuff that has come out since I really worked with polymer clay. I loved polymer clay. I still love polymer clay. But since I started YouTube, I really haven't done much polymer clay. I did more resin and, of course, mixed mold, which is one of my favorite mediums to use. But I'm going back to polymer clay a little bit because I absolutely loved it when I was doing it. And some of my members have asked me to do that. So that's what we're doing right now. But I did want to share with everybody some of the things that I got. So that's what this video is about. And I'm going to flip it over and we're going to get started. And it has turned really cold here. It has gone from being 70 something degrees to being like 26 degrees. Okay, these came in today from Amazon. So I'll show you what these are. This one's going to be a lot of fun. I love mushrooms, y'all. I've always loved mushrooms, but mushrooms are really popular right now. This is a brand that you can find readily on Amazon. It is not on Temu. From what I've searched for it, and I cannot find this company on Temu. I thought it might be a little bit cheaper on Temu, but it's taken me forever to get my packages. I have packages now I've been waiting 7 weeks on. 7 weeks, y'all. It's insane, and it's getting worse for Temu, unless it's local warehouse. And even a local warehouse where I'm paying $3 for shipping, that's taking a month and a half. So, you know, and they say it's local warehouse, but it's coming from China. I don't know what that deal is. When you see pre-order, and it's going to take 2 to 3 weeks, and they're calling it local warehouse. That's not local warehouse. It's not in the United States. It's coming from China, and that's why they're calling it pre-ordered. Just putting it out there. Okay. This is called the mushroom clay mold. Look at that. Oh, this is going to be so much fun to do. Now, I've got a big one that I got off of Temu. But it's a lot bigger than this. And of course you could do it with clay also. But these right here, these are more realistic to the size of mushrooms. We have mushrooms in our backyard. But these would make the perfect earrings. Look how teeny. That's the little stem. These are all little different types of stem. Look how tiny that is. Talking about miniature. These are the tops. This is for the texture of the inside of the mushroom, y'all. And I hope that's coming through good. And then you have the next size up. And these are a little bit bigger. And again, and they're the same size. So I'm a little confused about why these should be smaller. And then you have the bigger. And you put the clay down in there, and you push this down, and you don't wait till you get it out, because then you'll distort the top. You put your clay in, and then you push this to get the texture on the underneath. And I don't have any clay conditioned, or I'd show you that. But this is, your clay when you do this is going to have to be really, really good. No, not good. It needs to be really well conditioned. Oh, I will put this back though. Okay, and then this is something that they didn't have when I was doing. If they did, I didn't know about it. This is cheaper on Amazon because you get the whole set. On Temu, you have to pay per size, $6 per size. It's cheaper just to get it. This goes from a half, 0.5 millimeters, all the way up to 4 millimeters. And what it is, you put these in. Is that the wrong way? Yep, follow the directions, Beth. It's got an arrow. Follow the instructions. Okay, you see that lip right there? There's a lip right there. You're gonna put the clay. You're gonna roll the clay out a little bit and get it in a cord. But then you're gonna put it up underneath here, and you're gonna roll it back and forth like this. And you're going to get you're going to get an exact 4 millimeter cord. That way you can get the same, and that's really important when you're doing jewelry and stuff, to get the same exact size. And so 4 is the largest, and 0.5 being the smallest. And when you put the 0.5 on, and these are real easy to do. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time. Because I'm not following the instructions, that's why. Arrow points down. But when you put the 0.5 on here, you're not going to really be able to see hardly any difference whatsoever. I mean, there's barely a lip there. But it's going to be a really teeny cord, which there's been several times which I wish I could get an even teeny cord. This I think I will use a lot. Some people, you know, that they do it on their own, they're good at it. I'm not. It's really good on one end, on the other end, and then it ends up splitting in the middle. This right here will just save me a lot of time. I do not remember getting this. I normally don't do anything for St. Patrick's Day, and so I was sort of, I thought I got stuff for Valentine's Day. So this sort of blew me away. I do not have one cutter for St. Patrick's Day. I know that for sure. So I actually thought it was really cool. It's got the clover. It's got the mustache. It's got the foaming, I think, beer mug. It's got the hat. It's got a little horseshoe. It's got the big foaming owl mug. It's got the big, it's got the word lucky. I'm going to say pot of gold. Several different sizes of shamrocks, and then a rainbow over the pot of gold. So you could do that as the earring stud, and then put a hook right there, and the pot of gold. That would be a cute pair of earrings. But I really do not remember ordering this. But I'll keep it because I do not have anything for St. Patty's Day. So Okay, these I'm real excited about using. These are for key rings. And oh, it's taped on there. Okay. It even comes with a few rings. But you basically just push it down in the clay. You can decorate it, you can do whatever. You put the key ring, you fold it over, and you bake it. And it comes out and it's ready to go. You've got a key ring. And I got some clay where when this is done, it's going to look like leather. You're not going to be able to tell the difference. I'm excited about this. And our members only, we'll be doing this next members only video. And these. Now, I've never used these, but I know there's a lot of people that are going to be starting polymer clay, and they don't have a pasta machine. And I went over that in the last video there, but y'all need to know this too. You don't have to have a pasta machine. It's easier on you. It is. But you don't have to have a pasta machine. And these are a wonderful thing to have right here. This, if you have your clay here and you have those, you're going to get, it's going to be 5 millimeters thick. If you use these, it's 4 millimeters. This 3, this 2. That way you can have the same even piece of clay. And that's the only thing that you really need to worry about when you're working with polymer clay, is to make sure your piece is even. It's the same thickness. And with something like this, you can do this. You can also do it with popsicle sticks. This is just really nice. These will last you a long, long time, and you can get those little metal rings from the Dollar Tree. I may have an extra one up here somewhere, and you can actually put all of these on that metal ring and just hang them up when you need them. Let's see if that works in the... I know I bought 2 packs of those. I may have used them all on my, I thought I had one left over though. I really, really need to clean my drawers out. Oh, here they are. Yeah, these may not be big enough. I may need a bigger ring. And they do, you can get these bigger. These are just the ones that's got stain on it. These are the ones that I got at the Dollar Tree, but I've got some bigger ones somewhere too. I don't think they're all gonna fit. These are tight. I don't want to release. There they go. I know these are not going to fit. So you'd have to do them on 2. So that's, you could do 4 and 5 on 1. And hang those up. And this will come off if you want to take that off. And then you could do the 2 to 3 on 1, but you could do it this way too. You could hook them together like this and keep them all together just like that, and then you could hang those up. And I can just hang mine up right there. That was easy peasy. Now I know where they are at all times. Okay. And then I got these. Now this is really cool. Now, same thing with these. These are guards. This doesn't, yes it does. 4mm, 5mm, and 3mm. You put your clay in there, you roll it, and it's going to be that thickness. Then you cut it however you want to cut it. Then, when you're wanting to put a hole in to put a bead or to put it on, yep, those. Oh, poot. What are they called? I have bukus of them. It's what you connect them with. Some have pearls on the end. Some of them are flat. Some of them. But what you do is once you get it cut, while it's still there, you can push it and have it and push this through and put the hole all the way through the piece to keep it from distorting, because it does distort really bad. There you go. Roll the clay and you've got your piece there, and then you just, depending on, and you use the same one. Now see, this goes over here. The 3 would be, it's the same as that right there. You see the thickness? It's the same. And that allows you to get a smooth hole all the way through the piece without the piece distorting. And then you bake it. And I could see me using this quite a bit too, depending on what I was making, of course. And it even comes with the straight pin that you need. And that's called a hole maker. And as you can see, they're all this brand. This, now I have lots and lots of stamps and numbers and letter. I have ones for leather, I have metal, I have plastic. The thing I liked about this, and I'm going to have to find something to put all these little letters in. And I think I just have. You see this little thing that I made? I think all the little letters will fit in there. This should come with the case. But what you do, and you're going to have to take all these letters apart. And what I would probably do is just take a pair of scissors. I don't want them popping. Trying to make sure that I don't lose any of them. And I'm not going to sit here and cut all these, and these aren't all going to fit in here. I thought maybe all the letters would, but they're bigger than I thought, so I'm going to have to find another, I think. We'll keep cutting them just to see how many will fit in here, because you're most definitely going to have to find somewhere of keeping your letters. It's doing about half, I think. Wait a minute, I may have, let's see. This is bigger. Let's see if they won't all fit in here. I'd like them all to fit. Oh yeah, they're all going to fit in there. Oh, that's wonderful. And there's more than one of each. There has to be. Now, if you had one of those little, even like a pill box, where you could have A's in one space and B's, and you could have them that way, that would make it so much easier. And that's probably what I'll end up doing. But I wanted to go ahead and, I think those are all letters. Oh, it's even got hearts. Oh, it's even got a little heart and stuff over here. We'll go over that in just a second. And I'll show you in just a minute. Yeah, see the little hearts? Little teardrops, circles. Oh, it's got rectangles. And these are the numbers. Period. Okay, but let me show you. And I should have done this before I put them on. Is that the O? I think that's the O. Okay. It's N. I'm looking for the L-O-V-E. Yep. That's M. Yeah, you most definitely want to separate these out so you don't have to do this every time. That's a Z. U. Of course, this can be the last. None of those. Okay. That's a T. N. H. I. I hope that was I, not the L. D. Let me leave that in there, but surely that's R. And I think these are all capital. P. K. And this was not much. That's U. V. Okay, I got the V. Oh, there's the E. Now we're going to find them fast. Okay. I just need the L. There's another E. D. S. W. N. There's the L, I think. Nope, that's the J. Okay. A. That's a heart. I like that. Okay. B. Oh, goodness. E. Y. G. S. F. P. Exclamation point. T. I still haven't found is that the L? Yeah, L. Okay. Okay, and then you have this little thing. And they're going to be backwards. L. I need the O. Oh, that's an A. How did I get an A? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, let's think. Yeah, we have to think this through. Because you turn it over. Where's the V? There's the E. So this has got to be the V, right? That's the heart. Oh, please don't tell me I got an A. Oh, I did. I got the A. Okay, we're not going to go through all these all over again. L, O. The V would go there, and the E would go here. And you do have to cut these little things off for them to fit good. Now you could go straight across too. Okay, that would be L-O-V-E. Yeah, the E would go here. And I think I have to clip all these good because I think the O is interfering with, yeah. Let me put the O this way. It's not going to make a difference. Okay. And then I could put the E here. But you see how it's sticking out? Yeah, these little tabby things have to be totally cut off. Because that is most definitely going to interfere. So I suggest you clean these up good before. Yeah, these nails are horrible. They're splitting, and I finally got the glue to work, but now the nails, they're Temu nails. I need to get some good kiss nails without the, and that's what's causing them to come off. It's not, it's because I don't have them trimmed and they're hitting. See, the L is not trimmed. Let's just do this. I know it looks like I'm struggling with this, but I want you to see. It's because I just threw them on there with all these bits sticking out, and it's not going to work that way. You have to. Is this fiddly? Yeah, this is fiddly because they're little, and you're dealing with clay, and clay can be real fiddly. I'm just being real because you're working with a lot smaller pieces. Okay, now it's on there. And it popped right on there after I got all those little things off of there. Same thing with this. Pops right on there. And let's just pretend that this is a V. Let me get the little... This is the heart, actually. You can use these with air dry clay too, by the way. Okay. And then when you flip it over, that would be L. No, that's going the wrong way. Nope, I had it right before. The L goes first and then the O. Oh, now they don't want to come off. Yeah, just don't put them on wrong. This is what I had to struggle with the other two. Once you have it on there, you can reuse it over and over again. That's the good thing. Okay. That is the way that it would go. Of course, that's supposed to be a V, okay? But I'm not going to look through this for a V. So you would just take this and you would press this in and you would have your word already on there. And it's even and it's straight and it's proportioned right. Now all the other ones I've got, you do it and sometimes you don't get it totally straight. Now if it doesn't bother you, then that's fine. It would bother me. I know it would bother me. I'm going to put this back in here so I don't lose this. I'm going to do this right here so I don't lose any of this stuff. Until I get my little... Why is that not... Oh, because it has to go that way. Okay. I started to say, why is that not working? Okay. Now I'm going to tape this so I don't lose it until I get this all put up. And I left the L-O heart E on there. And this is just so it doesn't fall out of here. Okay. That's going to be fiddly, but it will come in handy if you are looking for being able to put words on your clay. This right here, you don't have to have this, but I wanted it. It's for cornstarch. You put your cornstarch in there. This is where you tap. And if I could find my thing of cornstarch, I would show you. But I, for some reason, cannot seem to find find it down here. Oh, here it is. Okay. This will last a long, long time right there. Okay, you've got clay. And do I have, okay, let me just show you these because these are a little bit bigger. These are for Easter. Well, I bought them for Easter. These can be used, they don't have to be just strictly Easter. But they do have the bunny rabbit heads, and they have the chickens. Well, it says Easter clay cutters. Now, it's got the carrot. It's got the big Easter egg. It's got the chicken. It's got the bunny head. And then it's got the little mini eggs. Then it's got the bunny feet. No, that's a small carrot, a small bunny, a small cross. These are for flowers. That's another bunny. These are all different bunnies, smaller bunnies. That's a fat carrot. That's a cross. I think that's a little baby chick. And again, more bunnies. Yep. Okay. Say you were going to you've got clay down and you wanted to push this in the clay. You first put it in the cornstarch. Then you knock it off and it's ready for you to go. This right here is a lovely that's for you to brush your clay off with once you've cut it to get the excess cornstarch off your clay. You pull it down, you put the top on, then you push it up. This is a wonderful extra. You don't need it, but it's nice to have. Which way does it go? Yeah, it goes that way. So you got to see these already too. Not that I needed cutters. I did not need cutters. But these are more cutters. And yes, Vivian. Yes, I'm calling her out because I know she loves dragons. I did not have a dragon cutter for polymer clay. And dragons are very popular. And these would make cool earrings. And then there's the dragons and smaller little daggers and swords and more dragons, all different types of dragons, small, larger. That looks like a bumblebee to me. I don't know. And I'm not quite sure what that is. Is that a shield? I don't know. It's hard for me to tell until I cut with them, and then I'll know. Is this a flame from the dragon? I think that's supposed to be a flame. And I know it's hard for you to tell what they are without actually cutting them, but I will go into that. And don't worry, y'all, I will do a couple of polymer clay videos for the public. They will not be as in-depth as the ones in the member only. But I'm not going to leave y'all out of it either. It's just that in the members only, we can do our thing in our own time, and we can go really in depth with it. And so there won't be a difference there. Okay. I have more of these coming. But there again, you see the little straight pin. You put your clay in there, you cut it across. That's how much clay you need. You roll it in a ball, you put it in there, you put this down like this, and you go back and forth like this, okay? And it will form that type of bead, like a little drop bead. You put the bead back in. Once you form it, you put the top back on. Make sure you put it on the way it's supposed to go. Nope. There. That's the way it's supposed to go. Where's the little hole thing? Yeah. I don't know if you can see this, but you see, is that? No. Okay, I'm getting a little confused here. Okay, that's right. I was looking for the little marks. You put the beads back in there. You make sure that these line up. You see these little lines right here? That's what I'm looking at. You make sure they line up like this. Your beads are in there. They're still very soft, very fragile. They are until you bake them. But you put the pin through. Of course, you're holding it, and you're not doing it this way. You push the pin through, and you push it all the way through, and it's all the way through this part, and it forms a hole in your beads without disturbing the bead. And it puts it right through the center. I don't know if you can see the little hole, but right where this thing is the little hole. And your beads are in there. And it forms a perfect little hole all the way through your bead. And you're ready to go. You bake them, and then you can put whatever it is you're putting in there to connect your beads. This I'm excited to use. That was one of the worst things for me, was trying to get the hole in there without distorting the piece. Okay, and then now y'all know that I think I told y'all, I did in the members only, that blueberry bead is where I normally got my clay. You can get it everywhere. Do not go and buy your clay at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or it's not the best place to go get your clay. There's too many other where you can get free shipping. I mean, if this is your first time, you can go into Hobby Lobby and get Sculpey. Just don't get their brand, because it's going to discourage you from ever using it again. Start out with a good polymer clay. That's important. Polymer clay is not expensive. You can get it off of Blueberry Bead for $2, I think, and 79 cents a pack. The pack will go a long way. Blueberry Bead let me see how much, and I didn't get Sculpey, I got FIMO. FIMO is just a different type of, I like Sculpey, Primo. Okay, this is Blueberry Beads. That is the company that I'm talking about, Blueberry Beads. If you just, they're out of Washington. And they don't have the price on here. Well, sure. They don't have the price on here. Okay, I'm I'm almost sure that they're like $2.72 for a pack. The same thing with Sculpey, Cernet. Sometimes they run sales. But I got the FIMO, and I got the FIMO leather. This is one of my favorite clays. Some people don't like it. I love the FIMO leather because, oh my word, when it's done, people can't tell the difference. They think it's leather. I've actually used this and sewn little wallets. I made little wallets out of this FIMO leather. And yes, you can sew polymer clay. I did hand stitches because I wanted the stitches to show, you know, and I used the thick embroidery thread when I did it. But you can actually sew this on a machine. It can't be real thick, but yeah, you can. There's a lot of stuff about polymer clay a lot of people don't know about. And I'm almost tempted to, I don't know how hard this would be. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Let's see if I can get it soft enough. Blueberry bead normally carries pretty fresh clay. And normally you can see the date. I really don't remember, and it may just be Sculpey, but I know on Sculpey you can see where the date, when it was actually made. But I don't know about FIMO. And every package should tell you what you should bake it at. Oh, and that is not in English right there. Okay. This is English. 265 degrees. I don't know. This may take a while to condition. The FIMO leather is not as soft as Sculpey Souffle or Sculpey Primo, either one. But I really wanted to show you. And I didn't get any of my textured stuff in yet either, which I really, really want some kind of texture. Hold on just a minute and let me get some kind of texture. That's a little bit too. But it's the only thing I've got here, so I'll use it. And again, well, no, not again, because on the members only, I showed how it, this is not, but I want you see the texture in this? That is the leather. You're going to have that texture, but it's still not soft enough. Yeah, it's still not there yet. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to just play for just a minute before we get into the other stuff. And this is for everyone who does not have a pasta machine. And there's a lot of you that want to try clay. And it's one of the cheapest hobbies you can get into without having to spend a lot of money. You can try it and see if you like it. You don't have to buy cutters. You don't have to buy rollers. You don't have to buy a pasta machine. You don't have to buy... The only thing you really have to buy is the clay, and you have to have an oven to bake it in. A lot of people bake their clay in their regular oven. You just got to make sure you got to have an oven thermometer. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm getting it off of here because I got it hanging up. One of these. You can get them everywhere. They're really cheap. You want to make sure that whatever oven you're baking your clay in is registering the correct. If you want 250, which is what Primo is, 250, you put that in, you preheat your oven, you make sure that when you've got it set for 250, it's only at 250. You can burn clay, and a lot of ovens run hot. This is really important. The first time you burn your clay and it comes out of the oven and it's black, then you can't, there's nowhere to go from there. That goes in the trash can. If you underbake your clay, you can keep rebaking it until you get it done. And if polymer clay breaks on you, it's underbaked. If you don't get it conditioned good, it's going to break on you. There's a lot of... You have to follow the rules when it comes to polymer clay's basics. And then after that, you know, it's just whatever your imagination will do. And I'll show you. Let's see. Let's go with this. And I don't want it real thick, so let's go with the 3mm. And I don't have a whole lot out. It doesn't take a whole lot. And this is a slick surface, and this is not what you should be doing this on. And I don't have my roller out here, and I'm looking for something that you can use. Okay, I have a mold release can here. We'll just use this. It works, see? It works. It's level. Now I'm doing it on this, and it's textured. So let's move it off the seam. I have a glass. I actually have a large marble slab. I've got to remember where I put it. Do you see the texture in that? This is the leather FIMO. That it automatically has this texture without me doing anything to it. That's the leather FIMO. And yes, I've been waiting impatiently for these, but I bet I didn't do it big enough. These are not big enough. I so want to do one of these, so we may... I'm adding more. And if you don't want to watch me condition and add more to it, then you can always fast forward. Again, I'm not being hateful. You know, it's your remote. You can do what you want to. I just don't want somebody leaving a hateful comment saying, well, you're supposed to be showing us, not doing. Well, I think that's important when you're showing a haul video, you actually do show how the stuff works that you get. I'm not showing you much, and I wasn't prepared to do this, but I think it's important when I'm showing clay stuff, especially for newcomers, so that the ones that have never played with clay at all. That made a perfect little circle. There's so much about polymer clay. I didn't have anybody teaching me. I had to learn all on my own. And I would have loved to have had a good teacher telling me what I should and shouldn't do. Because I spent probably the first year just trying to figure it out. Buying crap. Because I did buy the stuff off Amazon. I didn't know any better. Wasted a lot of money. And also, you know, you might see these tools that say, oh, just cut it with this and then roll it up and you'll have your own rows. You don't have to buy those. That is so easily done. And you have the tools already to do that. That's the thing with clay. If you look around your house, you've got so many things that you can make such neat. Let's just fold this over and roll it out again. Let's blend it together. Okay. And we're going to use the mold release can because we can. Okay. Is that long enough? Ooh, it is. Okay. And so I'm going to open this. That's not long enough. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm going to shake it off. Oh. Okay. And then remember what I said about you take the brush and it's soft enough it's not going to hurt. And then you're going to remove the clay around there. Where is my... Okay. And let me get my... This is the stuff we did on the members only. See my little book? It's ready to go. It's baked. It's hard. And so are these. They need to be cleaned. But they're ready to go. And that's a little bow. That's hard too. That needs more clay on the inside than it needs a rim. But it's a little trinket bow. I make these all the time. I really need my knife, and I am going to, I'll go get it. It's right in here. I haven't even cleaned up since I did that video. The stuff is still got the clay on it. Okay. And now I do not want my piece to be shiny, so I'm going to lay that on paper. I will cut that off. Normally I just use copy paper, but this will do. This is parchment paper. And this is when, if you were going to put some kind of embellishment on that, this is when you would. You can do it after, but this is the best time to put it on there. Okay. And you bake it like that. And you bake it for an hour. It's that simple, y'all. Okay. This I'm going to have a lot of fun with. You can do Easter ones. You could do Valentine keychains. You could do personalized keychains. You could do so much. I've got bookmarks coming too. Oh, let's see. Okay. Let's see if we can show you a little bit about these. We'll play with this just a little bit. This is probably not the best clay for this, but this is a stiffer clay. But we'll go with this one. I hope you can see this. Ugh. Doing this on glass or marble is a whole lot easier. Okay. Now I'm going to put, I hope I did the same ones. Okay. And then, where's the top? Where's a... Okay, let's do this top. Now I'm going to cut the excess off. Nope, I cut too much of it off. Okay. I had too much in there though. Okay. And then this is where this comes into place. You're going to stick that in there, and then you're going to push. And I would be tempted to actually pick it up and push it from both sides. You see how I've got the underneath? And I also have, and then what I'm going to do, and of course I'm not prepared, but I think I've got, yeah, I do. These tools right here. I'm going to put it back in, is it this mold? I don't know which mold I got it out of. And then I would normally use my poly paste to put these together. But you've got a mushroom. You've got the inside of the mushroom. You have a little tiny mushroom. You can play with this. You can do what you want to. I think I'm going to wait and attach them so I can paint them separately. But you could attach them right now if you wanted to. You bake this, and you can get it to stand up when you bake it. Let me bring this over so you can see this. Now I don't want it on the paper. I want it to adhere. Okay. And it will stay there while it bakes because it's stuck to that. But then, of course, you could have used different colors. You know, you could have used beige for the bottom. You could have used red. You could have used a different brown. You could have used all different colors. It's endless what you can and cannot do with polymer clay. It's just... And let me show you this. Let's just go over this real quick. This will not take long. This way you know. You know, me telling you and me showing you, and since I've got the clay out, why not, right? Way too much. And yes, your tools are not going to stay pretty. But that's the amount of clay I need for the small one. And so I'm going to, and yeah, the clay's all over my hand. You can see it. So I know that it's going to be similar to that, okay? That's the small one. Oh, I've got something on this already. What is that paper? Okay. I probably should do it a little bit more. Let me do it a little bit more. Let me do it. No. Okay. I don't know, this may not work. The one I've got that I've used for round ones are great, but it's plastic. No, that's not doing the tip good. Now that's separating it. Okay. Maybe you should start with a ball. Let me try a ball. And this is why we do this. Let's try a perfectly round ball, which you can get a pretty smooth ball by holding. You see how I've got my hand held out and I'm using the very center of the palm of my hand? You can get a pretty even ball that way. Maybe I should put cornstarch on there. Nope, it's still doing it. You see that? It's like it's splitting the top, which you do not want. No. Okay. That is the small one. Well, let's try it again. Because if these don't work, I want you to know that they don't work. Okay, I know I've got it on the right way. Maybe I'm going too fast. Maybe you should do it all the way down, and I'm looking at it now so you can see the clay in there. And I'm looking at it, so let's, okay, that did better. Okay. Then you put it in there. Okay. Well, I know it went all the way through, so, but it tore up the bead. Well, it made a little divider. Let's see if I can. No, see, it put a seam there. It put that hole right there. Well, it's still more even than I ever got with. got a hole in the bottom and it's got a hole in the top. Let's try the big one. Maybe it's too much clay. Maybe I'm putting... Okay. So this is the big one. So I'm putting it in there. And once again, I'm going to do it slow and up and down and up and down. And that's not enough. I don't know about this. I thought this would be really, really good, but okay, here we go. Once, put it in the middle, Beth. There's no instructions on this, okay? Which I don't read instructions anyway. Put it in the middle. Let me make a ball like I did before. Okay. It's not a perfect ball, but it's a ball. Okay, here we go. I can see it forming. Let's do it a little bit slow instead of fast. Slow does better than fast. I did that because that was my fault, because I flipped it open. But this is not, I don't know. I don't think I like this. Of course, it could be user error. Or it could be the clay. But I don't see how you use it. You can't lay it flat. Okay, let's try it this way. Okay. That one worked better. It did not distort it. And you've got your hole at the top. And you got your hole at the bottom. That's what I really liked about it. I'm going to have to play around with this a little bit more before I say yay or nay on it. Right now it's like, I don't know. Now I did put a little bit of alcohol on my baby wipe here. And somebody pulled it up. Because I kept saying, I don't understand why it works better with cotton than it does the paper towel. And somebody left a comment. I want to say it was Susan, but I'm not sure. Please forgive me. But I loved the fact that they looked it up. And it had to do with the fact that cotton absorbs and is more durable on stains. So there is a reason, and it is taking it off, the alcohol. And I am funny about trying to keep my tools as clean as possible. That is just me. You don't have to do this, but I like working with. It just makes me feel better. If I see a bunch of tools and they look nasty, it makes me not want to use them. It may not bother you at all, and that's fine if it doesn't. We all need to be who we are. Okay. And I like the fact that you can clean that off. And it does clean it off really, really well. And you do need to clean your, because that clay will not clean itself, that's for sure. So this I'm still not sure about. This I love. This I'm not too sure about. The mushroom things, that's going to be so much fun. These are great. I think for beginners, these are wonderful. But you don't have to have them. You can use popsicle sticks. You just have to double them up, and sometimes you need to tape them, and sometimes they're not quite as accurate. But, so far, this is, I need to work with this a little bit more to know for sure. This is great. These are great. I love the mushroom thing. I knew I would. And I love these, and I knew I was going to love these. So far we're doing, this is the one that I want to show you. Now I'm wondering if this is going to work either. But I'd rather you know before you bought it. Me just showing you, saying, oh yeah, look what I got. Okay, we're going to go with the T90th one. Arrow pointing that way. This is 0.5. Arrow pointing down. Boop. It doesn't look like there's anything. And it is cold down here. That is one, if it was a little bit warmer, this might. Because once you stop using it, you have to recondition this stuff. Clay is not something. Okay. Let's just see. Back and forth. I'm going up and down with it. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on there though. And right now it's way too big. But you saw what I started out with. And I'm just going back and forth. Oh goodness. Just want to see if you can get a good, even rope using this. You do have to keep it somewhat straight, okay? Well, this is better than what I normally do, and I'm still not there. It's still way, it's not touching the flat yet. Wow. But oh yeah, okay. This works. You do have to keep playing with it. And pulling it out. You want to sort of keep it as straight as possible because you're rolling it. And maybe, keep it. I'm trying to get it. Oh my, I've never had a piece this long that's been even close to being this even. So, and you can't see. I mean, it's this long, y'all. It goes from here to here. I'm going to cut it so I can work on just this piece to see how thin I can get it. It's still not flat. This one's getting close to being, but it's not yet. Oh my. Okay, this I like. But I'm still not there. Okay, now I'm holding it flat. No, just right there I am. Okay, let me see if I can't get... Oh, you see how long it's getting? I want to see how thin it really is at 0.5, and I'm not there yet. Oh my. I'm still not rolling it flat. Okay, I'm going to cut it again, because it gets a little hard. I'm still not holding it flat. Come on. I want to be able to get it. I want to be able to see how tiny this is flat. It's getting close. Oh, goodness. Look at this, y'all. Yeah, there's no way my hand would have done this. There is no way whatsoever. See if I can't get it rolled, because this is so tiny. I want to pick this up and show you just how thin this is. Once I get it. And if you find the clay sticking to your finger, put some cornstarch on your fingers. It's sticking over here. I should have pulled it up a little bit more. You don't want yeah, the rope is sticking. Okay, let me see if I can't do it this way now a little bit easier. Oh yeah. This is so much fun. I had forgotten. You see how thin that is? That's thin. You think you can do that with your hand? Oh, you go right ahead and try. Kudos if you can. But this could be a miniature rug. If this was in different colors, oh my word. That's what it reminds me of. But it also would be a really cute pair of earrings. Just putting a hoop right there, and it's got a lot of character in there. And you see these? I mean, I could use this just like it is, but it's not even. It's thinner on that end than it is on that end. And sometimes that's okay if that's the look you're going for. We'll wrap this one and I'll show you the difference. This one won't take as long to wrap because it's thicker. Just pick it up and wrap it this way. I think that's quicker. And this is thick enough where I am not worried about it. But see, the end is thicker than the beginning. But that's okay. I mean, it looks very similar, but it's a lot thicker. And it's not as even. And you can tell the way that it sets, it's not as even. But still. And you don't have to leave it that way. You can make it go up in the center. Whoop. You can do a lot of things with clay, y'all. You can make it into a hat. Very, very easy. Now, if you had a bigger one, and I have a really fat one of these, and you put it in, but let me put it in the palm of my hand, and I will just show you real quick. You see how that smoothed out, and you see how, and then if I wanted to make that into a hat, I could bring the edges up. And I just made a little miniature hat. That easy. I'm not going to leave it that way because I don't want that. But, and the same thing with this. But this is just, and see, this is even bigger. And we'll go ahead and loop this too, since we've looped all the other ones. The bigger they are, the easier they are to loop. Now this is definitely not even. See, that even broke. But that's okay. You can still keep looping it. And you can make earrings that way. But, okay. This is a keeper. This most definitely is this is a definite keeper. I am so glad. I would buy this again. Yes, I would. This will come in handy. Okay. So far, 3 great ones. 4 great. I'm still not. Okay. This is the whole maker. So let's just try the 5mm and the 5mm. So we're going to put some clay in here. Got to make it big enough to use a cutter, so I'm going to use it all. So I'm trying to recondition it again. Sculpey, Primo, or Sculpey Souffle will be softer than this. Okay. And again, I've got a roller in there, but I'm just showing you, I'm using a can, just so you know. This is a 5M. I should have gone with 3 because I need to get it. Okay, I'm gonna go with 3 because I need to get it down more. So I can cut something out of it. Oh. Okay. And let's see. What cutter should we use? Going to the Dragons, Vivian, for you. I don't know if I've got one. Let's use this because I don't know what this is. I am going to put cornstarch and then I'm going to knock it off. Okay. And I'm not sure what this is. Uh-oh, it's sticking. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, I didn't cut it good. We're going to recut this. Okay. Because I know what it is now. And I really want that to come out. I may use water instead. Polymer clay does not like water. But if you have cutters that are sticking, using water on your cutter sometimes helps more so than the cornstarch if you have a difficult cutter. And I know what this is now, so I really want to get this cut right, if at all possible. Oh, and it's stuck to the... Okay. So once again, why is it sticking there? Okay. Let's try it again. Okay, and I'm going to take this off while the cutter is on there. Okay. I am going to take this and brush it off. I'm also going to take that and smooth that okay, I can move this now. I'm trying to clean it up around the edge, and I am using a baby wipe, trying to get the rough parts off of it. Okay, and then what I'm going to do now is hopefully I'll be able to go in this cutter is not cutting this out good, which is sad because this would be such a cool... There it goes. Okay. There's going to be a lot of cleanup on this one. Yeah, it's not coming out the way it should. So this cutter is not, this is not a good cutter. It should not be this difficult. Then again, I am using FIMO leather. It might work better with Sculpey Primo or Sculpey Souffle. And I'm not going to keep this, but I'm going to try to get this up and show you. Now, if it didn't, see, that's so much cleanup right there. I mean, just so much. And if you wanted to, of course you could. I personally would not want to have to do that much cleanup. It's going to look rough, and I like a clean. But it's a dragon inside of a circle is basically what this is. But because it's not cutting it clean, you're losing the detail up here. And then there's some detail there that you're losing because it cuts it off. It would be a really cool thing if, which tells me that these cutters may all do this. So let's try another cutter real quick before we go on to the next one. Because, you know, sometimes you have bad cutters. And if they're bad cutters, I don't want anybody, because if you're going to open yourself up to frustration, I don't want that. And there are such things as bad cutters. Oh, there's a bunch of bad cutters out there, y'all. And this company, I've gotten some bad cutters. I have. I've even had things where they were backwards. And it was like, you know how some AI looks really weird now? Well, they've had cutters that looked like AI produced them. No, let me go with the 3. And I did it on the thin, which should have made it a lot easier. Okay, let's try one more. Let's try the sword. That should be fairly easy. If that sword doesn't cut, we know it's the cutters. Okay. And they're not great cutters because they're leaving a really raggedy edge, which you can, you can take care of and you can clean it up. But when you find good cutters and you see what the difference is, you won't want to take the time to clean up the bad cutters. But since I don't have a sword, and since I've already got these, I will keep them. And if you don't mind a little bit of cleanup, then I think there's a sword. And these would make really cool earrings. And if you did them, you wouldn't want to do it this color. You could do the blade silver, or gray. You could do the handle black, or you could do the handle gold, or you could paint the. There's a lot of things. I'm just showing you the mold right now. And I don't have one. Let's see what this one is that looks like fire. Let's see if it's really fire, because it's a small one. Oh, I was not going to do this. This video is going to be so long. And yes, there again, you really have to watch since I'm not going to keep any of this stuff, it really doesn't matter. But okay, we're putting it in the cornstarch. We're knocking it off. Oh, and that does happen every once in a while. And when that does, very carefully take a tool and you punch it out. Is that what you, is that fire, you think? I'm not sure what that is, y'all. What is that? And maybe that's not meant to, hold up a minute. Maybe you're not supposed to take it out. Cut it out. But see that it came out there, which tells me, because it automatically came out right there. But it's not cutting all the way through, and I'll show you in a minute in the back side. See, it didn't go all the way through, and that is what's causing. It went through enough there. Does that look weird with it still being in there? Y'all let me know. Okay. I'm telling you, that looks like a bumblebee to me. Let's try this one. Because that just is odd that there would be a bee in with the dragons. But that is what it's looking like. Did I keep something? Why is it? Oh, yeah, I did. I have the mushroom, which has gotten pushed over by the white bees, which amazingly enough is still looking like a mushroom. But it got knocked down by the white bees. I forgot that I had anything over here. I have the keychain. Okay. I'm running it through the pasta machine would make it a lot smoother, but we're doing it this way tonight. Okay. And again, putting it in the cornstarch. Then okay. Well, come on. What is that? I don't know what that is. Does it go that way? What is that, y'all? I don't know what that is. Alrighty. Well, it's not a bee. These things are great. Well, I don't know. We haven't tried the... We didn't find one that we could do it with. Okay, let's get out of the dragon one. Oh, I gotta get this out of there. Okay, and I need to be cleaning these up before I put them up. Okay, let's go with something big and easy, and let's see if we can't see if the hole works for these things. Okay, once again, I'm using the 3mm plate to get it out to 3 milliliters, and it's sticking to my can. Okay, let's just get as simple as we can get. Can we do the carrot? Yes, we can do the carrot. Okay. Okay. And we've got the 3. So we're going to do it this way. Get in the hole. I'm trying to get in the hole. Right there. Why is the needle not going in? Did it go in? Well, it did. You can see where it went in. But it didn't go all the way through, and that's not going to work. Okay. Oh, it didn't do the back at all. The hole is there, but it did leave a mark where it is. I don't like that. I don't like that. But let's just see. Let's see if we can do it that way, and if we don't need it all the way. There's the hole. Okay. And it should be taking it straight through the center. Okay, this would be perfect if you're wanting to do a starter hole for like one of those little eye screws. You see how it put the little hole in there? So yes, that looks like a turnip more than a carrot. I think that is a turnip, isn't it? So yes, these are I think these are a good thing too. Being able to get a hole that deep without distorting it, that's always a good thing. So I'm going to say yes to this one too. If I can get it back in here the way that it's supposed to go. Okay. And that is the clay earring hole maker. That I think is great too. And of course we're not gonna okay. So I think that's all of the tools, right? We didn't do the St. Patty's. Oh, let's just do it real quick. I know this is probably not going to be level, and you know. That is not level. But let's just do it. Okay. It looks like a waffle cone. Okay. Let's see. Do we have, oh, we do. We have the room for the word lucky. So let's just see. I can tell you right now, the edges on these are not good because it's too hard to get them in. And that should just come right off of there, and it's not. Yeah, see, that's not even cut all the way through. Neither is this. This is going to be a lot of cleaning. To get this, or sanding to get this. And there's no reason for it. There's good cutters out there. Your tools, I would say, great. Their cutters, I'm not that impressed with. But there's the word lucky. Let's try another one. Maybe it's just, you know, we'll try. But I can tell you right now, the edges are not, they're flat, and they shouldn't be. They should be tapered. A clay cutter's edges, that's actually going into the clay, should be tapered, not just flat. It's a way you can tell if it's going to be a good cutter or not. Okay. And I'm pushing down as hard as I can. We're going to use the little 4-leaf clover. Okay, and then I think this is a horseshoe. So we're going to do a little horseshoe too. Oh, and that came. Let's see if I can get that out. Not easy. That's what that looks like. I'm not impressed with that. Okay, let's see what these two do. Okay, this one's not too bad. That one actually isn't too bad at all. Of course, I'm not keeping these because I would not be doing these in the brown. It just happens to be the color. And that one's not too bad. Okay. So, what do y'all think? I think so far all of it, I'm still not, I'm going to have to play around with that a little bit more. Let me put that back in. Yeah, I do like to try to keep these because that, at a glance, I'll know what is what. Okay. And so I am going to put those back up, and I'm going to just hang that back up because we don't need that right now. Because we're going to go on to some other stuff. I know I would have brought my glass out here if I knew that I was going to be playing with polymer clay tonight. You can cut yourself with these, so be very careful. You notice that I'm holding it and I'm not holding it toward, that's the blade edge. Okay. FIMO leather. Love the texture. Very durable. I just, you know, you may hate it. It is a harder clay and it is not as soft, and you do have to work with it more. But it holds up more. The way that I was holding those little thin ropes of clay with Sculpey, that would have been falling apart on you. A lot easier. As thin as the first one was. Okay. And I'm just putting that back in here. This is from Blueberry Beads. I'll continue to show, and this is the clay. This is FIMO. And I got all the colors that I could get from Blueberry Bead because they were cheaper than the polymer clay store. So I got, what is this called? Ivory. Okay, the colors on the back. I got ivory, dove gray. This is rust. I love this when it's baked. I got 2 rust. I got 2 of the nut. That's what I was using. And then I got another pack. So I got 2 of the nut. And then I got 1 of the ochre, which I call baby poop yellow. That was what my first car looked like. It was a Pinto 5-speed. And it was that color. And yes, it most definitely was baby poop yellow. But if you mix, see, that's the thing. You mix colors to get other colors. And that's the reason why I got these colors. Now, they're running a clearance on this. This is Cernet Transparent Varnish. This is, I believe this is the matte. Yes, this is the matte varnish. same thing with this. This is the transparent varnish. This is glossy. This is for clay. I would much rather use this kind of stuff than UV resin on clay. A lot of people use UV resin on clay. It can separate. It can cause a lot of issues. It looks real good at the beginning. And I have pieces that still look really good. I have pieces down at the booth that look awesome. And I did 4 years ago. It depends on the type of UV resin, the type of UV lamp that you use. You have to do your due diligence when you're working with polymer clay and you're using UV resin. If you use the cheap stuff, it's going to ruin your pieces. I can just tell you that right up the front. I know, and ask me how I know. It's because I learned from experience. Okay. Now this was cheaper than any other place, and that's why I grabbed it. Inca Gold, I love. I'm going to tell you right now, you need to always put the lid on, and put the lid on good. This will dry out. It will last forever if you take care of it. I have some turquoise somewhere, and I don't know where it is right now. This stuff is wonderful, and the colors are rich and vibrant. You can put this on polymer clay. You can put this on resin. You can put this on mixer mode. You can put this on so many things. And let me just go over the colors. It's made in Germany. Inca Gold, and you think, well, they're all gold. No, they're not. It's called Inca Gold. This is copper. If it's sealed, I'm not going to unseal it. You can see the color. Yeah, it's sealed, and I'm not going to unseal it. That is the true color right there. Okay, and I think this is silver, right? Oh, this is platinum. But it's more like the silver. The silver one is more like a gray. Okay, and this is the antique gold, I think. No, they call it gold brown, but okay, brown gold. But I call it more of the antique gold. This is the old silver. To me, that looks like the really light gold. There's nothing about silver on this to me at all. This is violet. Very, very pretty purple. This is old gold. This is a brighter gold than the brown gold. See, these are like 3 different shades of gold to me. Is this the olive? No, this is green yellow. This is Petro. That's a gorgeous color blue. The turquoise is gorgeous too. And this is emerald green. And these were $7 and something a thing. And on Amazon they were $12. And I got every color they had, I think. That is something I did not have in stock. The only thing I had was the turquoise one. And I love this stuff. And don't confuse this with the pan pastels. This is creamy. It's a creamy texture, and once it goes on, it will not come off. It's on there. Okay. So I'm going to put this back in the box, and this is Blueberry Bead. And if you want the link for their store, just let me know. I'm not affiliate. I don't get anything from them, but it's a good company. And if you're looking for a place to buy clay product and clay, it's a really good place. They have great customer service. They're quick with their shipping. Their prices are very, very competitive. Okay, now Polymer Clay Store. It's another good place to buy clay. It's going to be a little bit more expensive unless they're running clearance or sales, which they do a lot. So check them both out. Polymer Clay Store. Just Google it. I got more colors that I could not find at Blueberry Bead. This is the turquoise. This is Laguana. That looks like turquoise to me, but this is indigo. And this is olive. And now they had these, and these were on clearance for $3 a jar. And I got these. Now, I don't know, but we're going to try these out. We're going to see if we can't use these with resin and mix them all too. I want to see if you can combine. This is an interference powder. This is Vertigo, I think is what they called it. And you really have to use this on black, if I'm not mistaken. This is Viola Fantasy. Now this is a bronze. This is like mica powder. But you know what? Let's try. Wait a minute. This little mushroom is not going to be... I'm not going to keep this little mushroom. It has... That thing fell on it. See, it's a bent mushroom. So we're going to just put that back in the little bag. I want to see what these bronze. Okay. See, that looks more gold. What's you? Does not look like the color that's in there to me. Once you get it on there, it looks more gold. I don't know. That's odd. This one's just going to be mine, so I don't care if it's not totally perfect. See the hair? There's a hair somewhere. Okay. That does not look like that color to me. Maybe it is. I don't know. Since this is mine, we're just going to use all different colors on. I just want to see what they look like. And of course we are putting it on a dark color. Oh, I like that color. I like that color better. I'm just putting very little on, and then I'm wiping it in the cap. Oop. I like that color a lot better. But I'm going to ruin it because I'm going to put some of this on there too. That's a pretty color too, though. Yeah, that's a pretty color too. Okay. We're going to try those with UV resin too, though, and see. Because to me, it's just like mica powders, right? So we're going to see. Let's try the Viola Fantasy. Let's see what this one. Oh, this is purple. Oh, this is purple. I can see it. Can you see the purple in it? Yeah, this is my test keychain. I'll use this though. Oh, look. You can see the... Oh yeah, this is the purple one. Okay, so we know the Viola Fantasy is purple. Okay. And then we are going to try the other. I just want to see what they look like. So we know. And the fact that it shows up that good, just like this, is great. Because you don't ever know what they look like on resin until it's done. Is this green? Yes, it is. Oh, wow. Can y'all see that? Yeah, this can be all different colors, which is okay. It's not going to look like leather anymore, but it's still going to be cool. Okay, and so that's what we got from the Polymer Clay store. I'm really happy with everything that I got. The only thing I'm not quite sure about, again, is the bead roller. I think the letters are going to be awesome when I get them all sorted out and in a box where it would be easier. For me just to pull them out, and once I get all the little tabbies and everything cut off, then I think I will be very happy with that also. Alright, I'm going to end the video here. I will bake this. Probably not tonight, it's too late. I like to stay down here when I'm baking it. I bake it in a toaster oven, y'all. It's a Black & Decker toaster oven I picked up at a yard sale 15 years ago. It works wonderful. The temperature is right on target. I have tested it, so I know. I've got more stuff coming in for clay. I have textured sheets. I have bookmark cutters. I have several things coming in. There's a spider up here I was trying to get. I don't know what happened to it. And as they come in, I will share them with you. Let me know in the comments what you think. Also, let me know in the comments, if you're not in the members only, if you would like me to do a couple of polymer clay videos, I can do that. It will not be as extensive as in the members only group, but if you want to see me do a few different things with polymer clay, just put it in the comments. I don't mind doing that if that's what y'all want to see. On the next video, it will be a thrift store find, and I will upcycle at least one project. It may be two that I do. Hopefully I'll get to that tomorrow because there's a lot of stuff that I want to get done and get it up to the booth. And also on that video, I will let you know how I did the first month in my booth. And I will probably do a little clip of me being in the booth and walking around, letting you see the booth for the first time, the whole vendor mall, and then take you by the booth. I think Ashley's getting her own shelf next month, and I think that will be good for her. It'll give her more space, and I'm excited about that. I'm also already looking for a bigger booth. There is a lot of theft in that booth. That is my only concern. I did talk to the owner about that. The little things I wasn't that concerned about, but now it's getting into bigger things. I mean, I don't see how in the world somebody can walk out of that mall with somebody right there by the door with a big, huge, bright red book. That sort of bothers me, and I've had over 29 items taken out of my booth this past month. That's a lot. It is. Thankfully, most of it is small stuff. But it does worry me about taking anything that's worth anything up there. I do have some really expensive vintage glassware. I have some really antique stuff that would be in the hundreds of dollars. But I'm a little leery about taking anything that valuable up there. Because if there's a lot of theft, then, you know, I'm not going to do that. But I will keep you informed in that, and I will go over with how much it cost me and how much I made, so you know, and exactly what sold. And that will probably be in my haul video tomorrow. Alrighty. Thank you so much. Do me a favor and hit that thumbs up, like button. My last video did horrible. My view counts are way down. My hours are way down. I don't know what's going on, y'all. I haven't changed. I'm not doing anything different. So it's real important. I'm just asking you, please hit that share button, hit the like button, thumbs up. I'm more concerned about the views and the watch time hours than I am the subscribers, to be quite honest. Subscribers are great. Subscribers are important to a degree, but the most important thing are your views and your watch time hours. And when that starts going down and starts tanking, that's when you start getting a little concerned. And mine has dropped significantly. And my last video, it was a good video. It was a really good product review video. Of course, it was mostly paper products, but what you don't understand, those paper products can be used in resin just like any other. So if you're a resin user, that would have been a great video for you to watch. So I don't know what's going on, and am I a little concerned? I am. But I share it with you. I let you know. So if you haven't hit the like button in the past, please try to do that. I would be so appreciative. And sharing also is another great way to get it out there. And of course, the notification bell. A lot of you, some of you had thought that I had left YouTube because you were not getting notified and I was not coming up in your algorithm. I was not coming up when you turn YouTube on, and you thought that I had just stopped making videos. And I had several people say, welcome back. Well, I never went anywhere. YouTube stopped putting me in my subscribers' algorithm. So if you don't hit that notification bell, that might happen. So please just hit the notification bell. That would be awesome. And leaving a comment that tells YouTube that you're involved and you like the video. And I'd love to have you over at the members only. Oh, members only. I have to do a shout out. And we got a new member, and I know who the new member is because I got excited. It was like, woohoo! Her name is Sandra, and and I think I told you on the last video that Kristen is back, and it was like, woohoo! And so I think we're up to 16, which I got so excited about. And I'm going to try to do this without looking. I'm probably going to have to look, but we have 16. I've already told you Kristen and Sandra, so I got 2 of them. So I need the 14 that's left. And I do know that it's Dana, Donna, Dee Dee, Laura, Belinda, Melissa, Valerie, Karen, Claire, Mary, Pam, 3 more, Pam, poo, Laura, 2 more. Oh, come on, Beth, you can do this. Okay, no. I gotta go to YouTube. I was so excited. I thought, oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it right. Sharon is another one. Wait a minute. Because she's fairly new too. Sharon. And, okay, one more, Beth. Veronica, I got them all. Ooh. Oh. Okay, a big shout out to all of y'all. They are the members of the members only, and that's called Best Golden Circle. And I am so happy to have each and every one of them in the group. And I'm excited. I'm hoping to get everybody over on Discord this month. Not December. This year is almost over with, but I'm hoping at the beginning of January we can have our first real everybody in there together. That would be so much fun, and we're all going to be talking over each other, and that's okay. The fact that we will all be able to be in one group and we can all see each other and we can all interact with each other, and everybody can meet everybody else, and we can do some crafting, and it's just an awesome experience. You have people from all over the place getting together in a group, and we all have so much in common, and it's just so much fun. And I'm looking forward to that. I really am. But I also look forward to my time every time when I do a video. I feel like you're out there with me. You're just sitting across the table with me, and we're crafting together, or I'm showing you new stuff, and I get really excited about it. And I am really excited about the Journal Say stuff. I was real disappointed when the video just pretty much flopped, and it did. I did get a referral. Woohoo! Thank you to whoever did that. I don't make much, but that's okay. I was excited because that meant somebody got excited enough to go and look and ordered, and I think they're going to be so excited when they get it. Because it's really cool stuff, and it just opens up another window for you to do more with your art, and that's always the fun thing. All right, I'm going to thank you again, and I'm going to see you tomorrow too. This is Monday the 29th. Tomorrow will be the 30th. I want to do another video tomorrow, and I want to do one on the 31st. And I also want to do one on the beginning of 2026, January the 1st. We'll see if I can do all that. But thank you all again so much. I had a lot of fun. I love doing clay, and I can't wait to really get into it and start diving into it in more detail and making some really cool stuff. Alrighty, have a good night, and I will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.